Well, hello my peeps. It's Antoinette here. We're making dinner tonight. I will tell you that I was not planning on doing a video on this, but yesterday I decided to make lasagna. The reason why I wasn't going to do a video was because I have a lasagna recipe video I did about a year ago on my channel. I decided last night to watch it. So I watched the video and I realized, well gosh, this has been quite upgraded, and I didn't think that the video was very good. I wasn't showing you what I was doing really. So I really improved my technique a bit. So I thought that I'm going to update the lasagna video. So you might remember at Christmas time I got all this cassaware ware. Well, I actually wound up buying this one, the lasagna pan, because I wanted it after I got the cookie sheets for Christmas. So this is the first time that I'm using it. I put this together very quick and easy for you. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a flash and get started over here at the table. I have the oven preheating to 375, and here I have prepared my 3/4 sheet cookie sheet with parchment paper. You want this to be like, you know, really laying down so that your noodles will lay flat. In my bowl, I have 1 block of cream cheese and 6 eggs. My old recipe called for 4, but I'm using 6. 2½ cups of mozzarella cheese into the bowl. 1/2 cup of the grated Parmesan Kraft in the green can. Just all dump it all in. The new ingredient is the psyllium husk, and I was using 50 grams of the psyllium husk, which is really about, it's about 1/2 cup, and but I only had like 22 grams. So to complete the 50 grams, I added nutritional yeast, and this is like, it's a superfood, but it really tastes like cheese. So this is a nice addition to the crust, or to the noodle. You know me, I love my gourmet collection. So this one is the pasta herb spice blend, and it's perfect in this. It has red bell pepper, onion, basil, parsley, oregano, rosemary, sage, garlic, black pepper, a celery seed, marjoram, thyme, coriander, and chives. I mean, really everything is in there but the kitchen sink. So I like using these blends rather than the individual spices. I'm putting in 2 teaspoons into my bowl. That's it. Now I'm just going to go mix it. Here's my mixture. It looks great. This took only a minute to whip up. In the original video, I stirred by hand. I don't know why, but I did. And I only used 4 eggs, and it was very difficult to spoon out. So I go with 6 now, and it's perfect. Onto my cookie sheet. It's just a little sticky, not too bad. And I will switch to a little spatula. There it is. It's a really humid day. So I'm going to use my God-given tools because this is very sticky. Here's what the noodles look like. And you'll notice that, you know, I really took my time to get this thin enough. But definitely the gloves were necessary today because it is such a warm day. And I did have to use a little extra of my keto flour mix to get it flattened out. So there you have it. The oven is preheated to 375 and it's going in for 25 minutes. While the noodles are in the oven, we're going to start rendering up the meat. Now here I have just your regular original pork sausage. I wanted Italian, but I did have this in my freezer. And when I went to Walmart, they happened to be out of Italian, so I'm just going to add some Italian seasoning. I have 1 pound of the pork sausage and 1 pound of hamburger going into my pan here. The hamburger and pork is in the pan. I just realized I forgot to chop up the onion. Here I have chopped up one small red onion. And the meat, I have the hamburger on one side currently, and then I put a handful really, of Italian seasoning over the pork. So I'm going to add the onion, and normally you would add garlic as well at this point, but the sauce over there I made last night, it has enough garlic in it. So you use your own judgment if you're going to use a jarred, low-carb marinara sauce, if you wanted to add some garlic here. Here's the sauce that I made last night. So I'll show you how I made it. Here are all the ingredients for the marinara, homemade. You could use, Rayo's or low-carb pasta sauce of your choice. But here we go, or marinara really. So I have one 28-ounce can of Tutti-Rosa crushed tomatoes, one 6-ounce can of tomato paste, 1/4 cup of classic pesto, basil. I put in a 1/4 cup of minced garlic, but you could just use 5 teaspoons or 5 cloves. 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 1 tablespoon of the Goya Sazonador total. I mean, I love this stuff, but I'm using this because I don't have a tablespoon of minced onion. So minced onion would be fine as well. 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1½ teaspoons of basil leaves, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and pepper. That is everything that I have in my pot, and now I'm going to simmer this for about a half an hour, cool it off, refrigerate it overnight, and let all these flavors marry. Just look at this marinara. You can't get this out of a jar. I'm gonna cool it off. The noodles are out of the oven, and the meat is rendered. It's drained, and I just made my ricotta mix. So I just added 2 tablespoons of the Kraft Parmesan grated cheese to this, along with, let's see, a teaspoon of the Flavor Gods Himalayan salt and pink peppercorn, a splash, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of the crushed red pepper. I used a teaspoon of the Sazonador, the Goya, the garlic and onion. So either that or half a teaspoon of each, garlic powder, garlic onion, and what else? A half a teaspoon of basil I also put in there. So that is my herb infused ricotta cheese, 1 cup. I'm gonna let everything cool down just a bit, and then we'll put it all together. I almost forgot to add my sauce, but I didn't. Okay, I turned the stove back on. We're gonna simmer it for about 7 minutes. The meat has been simmering and it just smells amazing in here. So I'm going to turn this off and let it cool down. Here is the noodles, and I flipped it after it cooled off. So it's perfectly done. We are ready to roll. I have my pan sprayed. The oven is preheating to 400 degrees. I sprayed it with the Chosen Foods avocado oil. And now, I appear to be 1 noodle short. This side got a little dark. That was the top side. I pressed it out as much as I could. I don't think this is too thick though. I can't say that. I'm going to just lay 3 pieces down in the bottom of the pan. The good ones. Alright, there we go. These fit perfectly. I just cut them with a pizza cutter. Then next, I have divided the meat into 3 sections. And we're going to load that on up. Okay, I have 1 layer down. Next, in my measuring cup, I have about 2 cups of mozzarella. And I'm just going to sprinkle it lightly on and get this to last for 3 layers. Okay, I may need more, which I do have more. Next, I have my scooper and my ricotta mixture. I'm just going to scoop it on. I'm not going to go crazy with this, you know. I mean, if you're more anal than me, I'm pretty anal, but this will melt. It'll all melt in together. It'll be fine. Okay. So, the middle layer, I'm going to use the crappiest noodles that I have. And I think I'm going to, I might even break it up. Because these kind of broke. Yeah, I'll just do it like this. I have another. This is the one. Okay, those 3 are really good for the top. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do it. Let's see. We'll just kind of. We'll do it like this. See, I appear to be 1 noodle short. So it was very humid today. It was hard to press these out. Not hard, but yeah, I could have pressed it out a little bit more and come up with 1 more noodle. But we will continue on with more meat. My second layer of meat is down. And now I'm going to grab the mozzarella, sprinkle it on the top. I mean, we all know how to do this part. Alright. I definitely will need to grab a little more for the top layer, because the top layer is going to have the most cheese anyway. Okay. Let me grab the ricotta. My top layer will be without the ricotta. The ricotta will only be on the inside. Smush down the ricotta a little bit. Just. Oven is preheated. We're almost there. Last layer. Let's just pour this meat sauce right on it. This recipe is perfectly proportioned. The final meat layer is down. This is perfectly proportioned, this whole recipe. Now I grabbed some more mozzarella that I got. And so we're really looking at about 3 cups for the lasagna, outside of the 2.5 cups that you need into the noodles. So that's 5.5 cups of mozzarella cheese total. Quite a bit. But that makes the lasagna. This is heavy, but there you have it. It's going into the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes, 400 degrees. I got the kitchen cleaned up, and let's take a peek. Ooh, that looks incredible. All right, a couple minutes early, it's time to take it out. This looks incredible. I'm gonna let it cool down and then we'll plate it up. It's cooled off. I've let it cool off for about a half an hour. Really could have been a little bit longer, but you know, I've been at this for a few hours, so I'm hungry. There is so much flavor in here, and you would not be able to tell this from a traditional lasagna. It's delicious. It's 7:45, so it's a little too late for me to take this to my Kathy neighbors, but they will get some tomorrow, and they will not believe that this is low carb. Okay, my peeps, thanks for coming by for another video, and we will see you next time. I'm going to eat this. This is diet food. We'll see you next time.